serious thing. Me a chat, me not go fret, you know. Rock them out, no smell them can't fit, you know. Tell go the wine, no make that chichi get a shock, you know. Pop to the drum, stop the lesson and them track, you know. Go I know to give the friend them a proper fix, you know. And when she lay there, she have him on the khaki, sir. Naturally busy, we up all them hands, you know. In case you never know, some of my get smashed, you know. Make the man know. I will take on me see me officer. But when me see there, a man with Jefferson. She need a man and I go lead her astray. Big backyard and sticky but okay. But rich man, no, I know I fell loosely attire. Listen me research and keep your standard higher. If you woman need a man and I go lead them astray. Big backyard and sticky but okay. But I man, no, I know I fell loosely attire. Listen me research and keep you standard higher. You're pretty black woman, say me love your character. Good in a your blouse and good in a your skirt. No man I wish, but can't cross your bar. Surely no man can't turn, no twist. Right now we burn them and when I go take the dot of them. Big boot feed them, make we take out the breed of them. Rasta bring the vibe, make the people love the dot of them. Yeah, I go dicky to see them when we sing again. Peace and love, when we preaching at the club. Dance all night, anytime when we come. Take a girl, I'm being a run. Hey, Boogaman, can't stick around. My girl, you better than all your friends say that you need a better man. She'd rather stay at home and keep a king man warm. Smile book can't reply another part. She tell me how baby boy, I really need your company. Anytime when you want, run to me and come to it. Not just for now, but also in the days coming.
Yeah.
Give it to me, please, and Tony has a certified me.
Hooey. Come on. Yes, I changed the time of the stream to 10 a.m. in the morning, Kenyan time. So now, welcome to the channel. Now, the problem with the streaming the daytime is because of everything is going on outside, my neighbors, my what. So today there's quite a bit of things that I want to talk about. We're going to talk about Prophet Owuor and his miracles, stupidity rather. But yes, we are going to be talking about that. We are going to review the TV47. A bit of it, it's long, it's like 47 minutes, but the crucial moments we are going to look at, and of course I'm going to give you my commentary on that. Then, tutaenda kwa, there's this thing that's been trending. Donald Trump, he posted some video that had Michelle Obama and Barack Obama looking like monkeys, so you know what that means. This is him. Of course. So I'm going to show you. First of all, we're going to look at the full details of that, and we're going to talk about that. Then I'm going to talk about the Huruma girl that was shot by, I don't know, I hear it's police or something, but we're going to listen to the reports. I'll give you my commentary on that. Then we are going to do a Star Wars review, the Mandalorian and Grogu official, which was released Super Bowl. So, and we are going to finish with that Super Bowl story. There's records broken, people are pissed off. There's a lot of things to do. So, without further ado, let's do that thing. Sawa kabisa. Now, do we call him Prophet? People just like to insert, they just give each other any kind of accolade, yeah? So, Owuor, we saw him with Maduro. Remember, I covered that when I went to pray for Maduro. The prayers didn't work. So, this particular case, there is many claims. So, let's start on listening to what TV47 Weekend Edition is going to say. We see what that's all about. Hey.
Now, for more than 2 decades, an ex-geneticist turned apocalyptic preacher has claimed to cure
He's a geneticist.
The world's deadliest diseases, not through science, but faith. To his followers, he is a prophet of God, a mighty one, in fact, and on his own admission, the only prophet on earth, a miracle worker. To others, he is a master manipulator who exploits the desperation of his followers and a deceptive prophet. Tonight, TV47 Investigates presents to you Divine or Deceptive, a journalistic look at the claims of the miraculous healings by Dr. David Owuor. But first, these are the stories making headlines tonight.
That workout yesterday. Twende.
tonight.
Their graphics are worse than mine.
Is he divine or deceptive?
He is deceptive.
Tonight we unearth questionable miraculous healings of HIV/AIDS by self-proclaimed Prophet David Owuor. TV47 investigates. Also tonight, who shot Cheryl Adhiambo dead? Tension erupts in Kiamaiko after the shooting of a 21-year-old KMTC first-year student Cheryl Adhiambo. But is the mighty man of God, as his followers call him, divine or deceptive? Samira Mohammed begins our broadcast tonight by taking us through this investigative feature.
So this is the thing. They are claiming that he healed HIV or healed someone of HIV. We are going to be exploring that notion, that claim. Because as we know, let's just let's not pretend here. I mean, how many of these, remember the Benny Hinns, Reinhard Bonnke, all these people, in fact, all these prosperity preachers, most of them, they always have some shtick. They always have this thing they do, oh, I heal, I do this, I do this. But there is no actual evidence. There is no claim that can be verified. What they do, though, is that they use the armies of followers, the brainwashed, ignoremasai, the ignorant people around them. They utilize them to the fullest to be able to spread that kind of propaganda. Yes, it's propaganda.
Has faced several attempts to stop it from airing.
Oh.
I repent, my Lord Jesus.
Nakuru, Kenya.
Bwana wangu Yesu.
You guys watch this guy's
Crossover
roads.
Crusade was organized by the Ministry of Repentance and Holiness Church, led by self-proclaimed Prophet David Owuor. Thousands of his followers attended, bringing Nakuru to a standstill.
Call upon the name of the Lord.
The mighty man of God, as they call him, was in Nakuru city, a city he's not new to holding his crusades.
So mighty.
Can't even say. Why do these people even try to sing? So mighty. He literally sang like that. First of all, they're calling people holy. First of all, for those religious fellows, they whatever, like especially Christianity, because that's where this comes from. The humility aspect seems to lack from these people. You know, this guy came and said, oh, the world is going to end here. He said it like 3 times. The world didn't end, but then the days before, days after, he gives an excuse for it. For some weird reason, all this sheep here, this sheeple, I say this sheeple, it just passes by. That's why I was telling you some videos I've done before, ideological possession, where an idea possesses you so much that you filter all your thinking and actions through it. Now, if you fall on a bad ideology, if you fall on bad teachings or whatever you want to call it, so most of your decisions are going to be horrible decisions. You've seen guys going to fast there at the forest. They died, hundreds, thousands of them died starving by an idea. Somebody clever, some charismatic religious leader captured your mind. It's the same way a charismatic politician can capture your mind, an activist or what can capture your mind with feel-good nonsense and drive you into doing stupid things like going to starve yourself to death, taking all your money, dropping everything in life, your job. Basically what everybody does, you think now you have this special thing. Because also a lot of these people, the people who fall for such things, they always think they're better than they are, they're more special than they are. So this guy, he feeds that. He just tells you, hey, by the way, you'll be rich. The prosperity is coming. Just put 314 here or 316 shillings.
And after days of the crusades,
the guy is limping. Why can't he heal the limbs?
That the cripples may get up.
But you can't heal your limb, idiot.
the controversial Prophet David Owuor.
This guy has even is co-opted. Which parent is handing over their kids to start lying at this age? Seriously, not everybody should be parents, clearly. Like, how would you hand over? Like, this kid has already started lying at this age, pretending. It's being put in his mind, this is how it is.
Patients in Nakuru Crusade were healed of critical illness, among them cancer, HIV, AIDS, blindness, deafness, muteness.
You see the woman like that pretend, like everybody is a liar. From your little sister to your grandmother.
Among other physical disabilities.
How can doctors just stand up in this land, government doctors, wearing white coats, having stethoscopes, they are consultants, they are surgeons, and say HIV is healed, and they are flashing government documents?
Because government documents are a mark of the truth, right? I have government documents. They haven't paid me for 2 years. What does it matter that they're government documents? I need you guys to realize something. The call to authority. Yes, the government has said, but we also know the government has had surgeons who've never even passed med school, who are there, who've been made even heads of certain departments in hospitals. People doing surgery on people that never qualified, dropped out of med school. So this call for it, the government, the people, they said, you can pay government. Which is the biggest corruption institution in this country? Government. So this guy is easily pays. You can pay for people to lie, and that's what he does. And actually, we are going to find that out here. He's trying the move. Let's wait and see.
So far from the rhetoric of fake news and social media and what, we here stand for the truth.
You guys just look. Have you seen him? He's tied his beard and he's put like a microphone. Just wait.
A group of
Here stand for the truth.
Look at that. This guy is an actor, the fullest. Check this out. Oh, the regalia, my guy. He has a microphone there. He can set it. Then he's tied his dread beard.
A group of medical doctors were present at the crusade and confirmed the purported healing.
The senior doctors here.
This guy, the senior doctor, this guy over here, we need to find out who this buffoon is. I never go to him again. Like, everybody's just become corrupted. This guy feels nothing. I know he's been given money, so he has to act. Is he a doctor first? This question, is he a doctor? And if he's a doctor, why is he doing this?
On examination, my lord.
By examination.
There were no...
He's calling him my lord. This is a stooge, by the way.
No patella.
No patella bone.
No patella bone.
And there was a lot of joint laxity.
Joint laxity.
Such that there was a hyperextension of the knee joint.
The entire country.
What the hell is going on here? Everybody's an actor.
Of Kenya needs to go into a national celebration.
Proclamation that raised eyebrows among Kenyans and the government. Following the said healing, TV47 embarked on an investigative journey where we unearthed the lies, deception and fake healings purported by the said prophet, making profits in the name of the Lord.
So all those documents is what he's claiming. Anyway,
Hey.
look at this. I can't get over this beard thing with the mic on it.
47. The home of untold stories. I have seen you on your signature tone. You went out
Yes.
to find the untold story about HIV.
Just come back. Let's do this. I mean, this is when this is starting. The big guys. With the mighty prophet.
Our investigative journey begins at the Ministry of Repentance and Holiness Church in Nanyuki, Laikipia County. This church has become a focal point of interest due to claims of miraculous healing, particularly of HIV/AIDS. A upon arrival.
The thing is this, you can make any claim now because you can actually like take ARVs and all those other drugs to a point where people you can't really, if you test the viral load, it can't be detected. That's now the other thing, because now you could make a claim, oh, you healed this or used to have, you can have a long history of this person having HIV, but now they don't because the ARVs have worked. So he'll pick it from there and claim. That's one way that he can do it. Anyway, let's continue this.
We meet Peter Oyan, a man who asserts that he has been healed of HIV through the church ministry.
He looks like this conman of town here, in Nairobi town here.
And in a striking intersection of faith, medicine and science, Oyan claims to have been healed HIV/AIDS by the self-proclaimed Prophet David Owuor.
Nabii mkuu hapa kwa hii kiwanja yetu ametembea ukweli na macho yangu mimi nimeona.
You're a liar, my friend. You're a liar. You're a scumbag liar. Look at this face. Don't forget this face. Don't do business with this face. This is a liar. This is a manipulator paid for by that scumbag, Prophet Owuor. Now I'm getting into it.
Hichi wamesikia hapa. Sasa akasema akimaliza mkutano ya mwisho ndio sasa aongoze maombi ya mwisho ya toba. Akasema amelani ugonjwa ukimwi. Na akasema hivi, kila mmoja rudi kwa daktari wake tena. Na akasema hivi, Roho Mtakatifu atangulie.
It would be totally irresponsible for any media practitioner to know that, wow, I have gone and found out, I've investigated, I've found there's Peter Oyan, and actually he's a true patient. He was in the systems of NASCOP. He was on ARV, WHO clinical stage what, and then healed at the meeting of the Lord. And then said, know what, we just keep quiet. I think that would be irresponsible.
What is irresponsible, old man? See, this guy is a CIA plant, by the way. There's no, what is irresponsible is you conning people of money, of you lying to the multitudes that you're going to heal them. You let them. So a lot of people maybe went for this thing, used to take ARVs, will stop. Oh, now I've been healed or something. Maybe the viral load went too low. Then they'll stop. Then it will recur, of course, as it always does. That's the irresponsibility of you, conman, or war. That's the irresponsibility of you. Okay, that is one person. But then there are these thousands of other conmen that follow him. Yes, the thousands of other conmen. Everybody else who's following there is a conman. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. Most of you guys are lying, pretending. I always argue with some of you religious folk, and you know that you are lying. But because you have the security of numbers and being in this cocoon, a religious cocoon, you can continue, fire, nothing. You're being conned, you're staying poor, you're dying off, and all because of my religion. Stupidity. That's why you're dying. That's why you can't make anything in this country, because everybody thinks there's some divine intervention. Nonsense.
He says,
by the even conmen, people stealing from companies, government, they are going here to church. Stop, cut the elf.
Diagnosed as HIV positive in the year 2012 at the Rumuruti District Hospital, where he had been receiving treatment until he experienced what he described as a complete healing following spiritual intervention at the church events during...
First of all, how do you know it's spiritual intervention? How do you know? How do you just claim that? I said, nilisikia kitu kwa mwili, nilisikia kitu ndani. I was like, we are such liars, human beings.
2013 Nakuru Revival Crusade. And after his healing, Oyan says he felt stronger and went back to his doctor at the Rumuruti District Hospital,
that guy,
where he was tested and diagnosed as HIV negative.
Kijisikia venye nilitoka Rumuruti na venye nitarudi, najisikia kwamba hapo kuna tofauti kidogo. Nikasikia hata mwili imeanza kuwa nyepesi. Rudi.
The hell is mwili kakuwa nyepesi? Ulipoteza weight? Ulihara sana ukapoteza weight? Ama what is this? I'm sorry, I hate such people. Because I know they are scumbags. I hate them. with a passion. You know, like when people just stare like Owuor. I hate such people. Because these are people who are distorting reality. They've imposed their will on so many people. They've distorted reality. So you can't really, like among the population, there's so many people you can't deal with. Because they're mentally captured. Because they can't think beyond this garbage. You can't do anything with them.
Kalala. Asubuhi yake, kamuka, pale Rumruti.
Ulisikia?
Kaenda church.
Ulisikia later.
Nikaomba, nikakuta mchungaji pale. Nikamwambia,
these are the guys who, people like this, I've met them a lot when I used to go to church. Then I realized.
Sasa wakati nilienda, mimi nikakuta tu daktari wangu ule mwenye alinipima mara ya kwanza. Nikamwambia, mimi nimerudi. Mimi nimetoka kwa mkutano wa nabii wa Mungu.
Look at this guy, this pink jacket.
Nataka uniangalie hivi. Kama hiyo mwili yangu bado iko juu wala iko chini. Basi akaniambia ni sawa. Akaniambia hivi. Akaniambia ikikuja line moja hauna ugonjwa. Ikikuja line mbili uko naye. Ya damu
ikakuja line
ikatoa damu akaweka kwa ile kipimo. Kuweka kwa ile kipimo. Basi sasa mimi
did they recreate this
maisha yangu
again?
Naangalia huko sana ndio nataka nijue kenye inatokea. Masili ilitokea tokea line moja. Sina ugonjwa.
He later went to 3 different facilities for testing, where he was diagnosed as HIV negative before allegedly going for a DNA PCR test. Well, such claims are not new to the ministry. Oyan has a long documented testimonies of his miraculous healing. This prompted us to carry an independent scrutiny and investigations into his alleged healing. And in a quest to discover the truth, we embarked on a rigorous inquiry, visiting hospitals, speaking to medical professionals, and scrutinizing Peter Oyan's record in Laikipia's Rumuruti District Hospital, where he alleged to have been diagnosed HIV positive in the year 2012. And our findings here were unequivocal.
Are they wearing like
credible
a body
evidence
because the quality is
and
quite
supports
bad.
the prophet's claims of healing HIV/AIDS.
Kuna register tofauti. Tuende isati RT wanaingia sasa kwa hii register. Tunaona huyu mgonjwa hapa ni kwetu ni kama amefikiwa kadi.
So this
the
is
hospital's record confirmed that the patient's unique number 155020215 does not belong to Peter Oyani. However, the CCC number on this card, which Peter Oyan claims is his, belongs to a female patient who resides in Mohetetu in Laikipia County.
As I told you, of course, most of you knew this. Throughout the process, from down to the clinics, hospitals, the corruption is rife. So if this Owuor fellow wants to get some kind of backup evidence to suggest that he's healing these people, of course, he just needs to go there and corrupt people on the ground. And then people like this, maybe they get those cards for different other reasons. There's a lot of NGOs doing that used to do. Okay, some are still, but most of them are defunded because they are scumbags. What they are doing, most of this, like a guy would just get a fake card and keep saying, oh, you know, I'm... So maybe there's something to be earned from that, from NGOs and what. But if it's 2012, maybe... No, I don't believe he got in 2012. Maybe it's recent when to do this particular war scam. That's my thing.
Doctors at the Rumuruti District Hospital confirmed to us that Peter Oyan was not their patient.
I told you this guy is a scumbag.
Was never diagnosed HIV positive at the facility.
The same man registered, so he's not even a transfer into our facility.
The medical experts at the facility emphasized that HIV remains a complex virus requiring scientifically validated antiretroviral therapy for management. No shortcuts exist.
This is why
This
I've
CCC
not had
patient's
sex without a
card,
condom for.
which we acquired from
This
Peter
going
Oyan and the church,
over a decade
raised
and a
profound
half
concerns
plus.
after constant rubbing and clear cancellation and
Yeah.
alteration of numbers.
Yeah, you can see, of course, if this is it's kind of just, they don't even use the same color of the, just wrote over it, like with black.
A card we later verified and discovered it does not belong to Peter Oyani, who has never been HIV positive and had faked all along.
He's
They are faking.
been
Number.
alcohol positive.
Yeah.
And then 00 to 15, it can only be one person.
The Lord, the God of Israel we serve, Jesus of Nazareth, he healeth thee. He is the God that heals us. That's why
You see the rhetoric, buzzwords. By the, I told you there'll be noise. Let me tell you something. Those rhetoric, oh, the God of Nazareth, they always say that because it overrides the logical thinking process of the. Okay, I'm going to ask this guy to keep the music. Just give me a second. Look at Nani's face. I need to, so you hear me shouting. Let me mute this mic and put some music. Sorry, my neighbor just decided to
today
go
we are
hard.
in this tremendous inaugural awesome program talking about HIV/AIDS healed, medically verified, tested by rapid test, determined.
You need to shut the hell up, dude. Mbwa wewe. You need to shut the hell up. How? Okay, forget this guy. He's a con man. He's going to do this until he dies. He's going to make a lot of money because he has a lot of stupid people who believe stupid things. The people who follow this guy, like, shida yenu ikuanga wapi? Seriously, what's your problem? We live in the information age, but most of you just refuse to think. It's not very difficult. You can just hold up your phone and ask Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever, ABCD, ABCD. And it can give you, of course, you need to verify because these AI platforms, they are ideologically slanted in some things. But when you're asking about data, medical data, facts, most of the time it's pretty accurate, more accurate than humans. So why is it that you take your money, your time and resources, or you don't have the money, but you have time? So maybe this guy will pray for you and you'll get 1 million shillings. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't. We've reached a time in the world these days that you can't There's too much bullshit. There's too much nonsense going on, and too many people are either willingly or unwillingly just participating in the nonsense all the time. And even when they don't know the facts, they're still, you double down. You should have, you see how people argue on social media. One akishindwa argument. You hate God. You see, let me ask you something. That God of yours, all-powerful, all-knowing, everything, but requires you to defend it. You stupid person who doesn't even know how to make a spree. You don't even know how to make matchboxes. How do you know anything about how the world began and how it's going on? How it operates? You just see a phone. You don't even know what Colte is going to do on the phone. Are you going to know what Cobalt is going to do on the phone? No, you're not. But you see, all of you, there's this unearned arrogance people have that you think you know more than you do. And you don't. You're a buffoon like most people.
Non-ELISA, which tests both the kit and test the patient, and then taken to RT-PCR, real-time PCR, where you can even see the curves, the quantity.
And you know, this guy is very smart. He knows what he's doing exactly. He knows he's captured a lot of sheep brain. So, I don't...
If there's any particle, or if there's any molecule of the virus, you can pick it. Even if someone contracts the virus at night, if you run PCR in the morning, you'll pick it.
In Rumuruti, we headed to a second facility where Peter Oyan claimed he was tested HIV negative after the alleged miraculous healing, a claim the facility rubbed off, saying the documents they provided to us were fake and did not belong to the facility. To verify the authenticity of the document, the chart...
I'm going to... Just that play, then you come back, please. Just sort this
Protected from the beginnings, God freedom on my mind, it no matter if you pray. I don't live the liberty, always the power mind, and the longer be your days. How to come on no enemies, I rise up on this side, I remember when you pray. You're protected from the enemies, who come free when your mind. How we a bubble in the under to candle on a box. Took it easy to think of that when I'm on a lady goose. Blowing slowly like the Nile through the bush. A pokey dog boy, baby, there's a pop to the push. Sweet and flowing with the passing the kush. Flowing slowly like the Nile through the bush. As long as you pray, you protect all your beginnings. God freedom on my mind, it no matter if you pray. Higher than the liberty, always if you mind, and no longer be your days. How to come on no frenemies, I rise up on this side, I remember where you pray. You protect you from the enemies. Atauliza wataalamu wakasema really have no fear, huwezi leta blame. But not this stigma tunaseti bila haya. They always say hawajui sio wabaya, na wakulima wamesema seti fire, hata makarao. As long as you pray, you protect all your beginnings. God freedom on my mind, it no matter if you pray. Higher than the liberty, always if you are mine, and the longer be your days. How to come on no enemies, and you rise up on the side, and remember where you pray. You're protected from the enemies, who come free when you're mine.
Sorry about that. All right, let's continue.
And Peter Oyani presented to us. The facility provided us the document they used back in the year 2012 to 2019. According to the facility, the document the church and Oyan presented to us lacked the hospital's logo, unlike the hospital's original copy, which has this logo. A confession that sets out the bare lies, deception and betrayal by the church.
This one doesn't have a logo. Yes.
And in our quest to verify more, we reached out to a third hospital, the current hospital in Nairobi, where Oyan claims he was tested HIV negative
Current hospital. Corruption
on 20th May 2014 after his healing. And our source at the current hospital searched the said patient in the hospital system but could not find him in the system. This confirms that Oyan has never been tested at the facility. Oyan's case exemplifies the necessity to scrutinize documents where persistent signs of tampering on hospital documents raised serious doubts about legitimacy and ownership. The primary concern stemmed from the constant rubbing and visible alteration observed on these documents. Such physical changes often indicate an attempt to modify or erase original information, which naturally prompts verification procedures.
You see, there should be something against the law on this. Like there should be a law against this, because this is forgery. There are many things. I'm sure forgery is the top one. Why are you forging medical records? There must be something against me. Let me find out. I'll find out.
Upon thorough examination, it was determined that this document was neither accurate nor connected to the individual it purported to represent. The church, through its bishop in Nanyuki, presented this document to us. He claimed he underwent a PCR test here at the Kericho District Hospital, but this document says otherwise. According to a medic, these DNA PCR test results belong to an infant as indicated. The same tampering and alteration that was evident in the patient's CCC.
The numbers, we don't even try. They don't even try to even make it a bit more convincing. Some Photoshop, erase that, then use this same text and put, they're not even trying.
The card is seen here. Here, they changed these digits to match the patient's unique number on this card.
PCR test.
Hii sasa hii huyu akipima na beba hii akipimwa.
Hii PCR ni mtoto.
Isi mtu mzima.
Mtoto mwenye mama yake yako HIV positive.
Yeah, so you are normally able to block the transmission. I think that's been around.
Pose reveals how Peter Oyan was never HIV positive and had not been cured through any treatment or intervention linked to the Prophet, exposing that the Prophet's assertion were not only false but also potentially harmful, as they risked encouraging patients to abandon proven treatment.
That's what I was saying.
Another person who claimed to have been healed HIV/AIDS by the Prophet is 27-year-old.
You've seen USAID over there.
Rebecca Mosem.
You've seen.
AIDS by the
over there, USAID. All the scams they emanate from these NGOs. Most of these scams, I was telling you something about NGOs and the way there's usually some kind of money and treatment, and also a guy would fake a infection. Maybe they work through that system. So he's receiving some kind of support here, money, but it's for his alcohol. You see, that guy's an alcoholic. Okay, let's see the Rebecca.
It's 27-year-old Rebecca Mosem.
Scumbag number 2. Scumbag. Rebecca, lying scumbag number 2. Here we go.
Rebecca Mosem, like the rest who went for healing crusades, she claims she was healed HIV via email.
By then, my mother didn't know that I was HIV positive. But when I was around the age of 8 years, I started feeling sick. So she took me to hospital. To her shock, she was told that I'm also HIV positive. She thought she's the only one who was positive because my father solid died. So she started giving me the drugs, the ARV drugs. So I was asking her, I used to ask her every day, why are you giving me these drugs every day? What are they for? But she didn't explain to me because I was very young to understand. But when I reached the age of 12 years, when I was in class 6, that's now when she told me that you are taking these drugs every day because I gave birth to you HIV positive. I was very bitter.
Rebecca says she was born HIV positive, but a number of things.
So why is this guy like the stand-in guy to do the tests? This is the guy we saw in the field. They are coming there. Well, did he call him my lord or something? Like, come on. This guy looks like this Tao conman we have over here. There's a dressing, looking sharp, 2 phones. You know them. You know the conmen in the city center, Nairobi.
Off with Rebecca Mose and her explanation. At first, Rebecca Mose told us that she was healed through a text message her mother sent to self-proclaimed Prophet David Owuor in December 2024. But when...
Well, if only life was that easy, just send an SMS, send it to this guy. This guy will be richer than Elon Musk. If you just send him an SMS and you healed from your cancer, your HIV, I mean, he'll be richer than Elon Musk. He will be giving people life. But no.
We asked if they could produce the message. She changed her statement and said she was healed through her pastor's email, raising more questions.
I told you these guys are not even thinking through their lies that well. Okay, show us the message. It was an email. Okay, show us the email then. Let's go.
To her healing.
She was requesting for my healing. She was requesting the prophet to pray for my...
This she's a liar. You're a liar. Like people just look at you, they just lie. Politicians. This is where they come from. This society, this culture is where your politicians come from. These lying scumbags who just look at you and pretend because they've been paid to lie. And these guys are not even paid a lot of money to lie. 20 G's, 10, 5, 3...
healing.
3K.
And that's when the prophets replied by saying it is well.
You see how she's speaking now? The lie is coming. She's almost shedding tears because she can't. She's been found out, but she has to go on.
So you see now the gravity in those 3 words.
She sent a text message.
It's an email. She sent an email.
Can we get that email?
She sent that email through her pastor, senior pastor at home.
She sent an email. No, actually, it's the pastor who sent the email. She told the pastor to send.
Found also Rebecca Mose, who is here, was healed of HIV/AIDS.
She's a Kisii, by the way, Mose.
Those are the marks of the true prophet of the Lord.
The second doubt was evident when she revealed to us that her file had been closed by the National AIDS and STIs Control Program, NASCOP. This was after we concluded the interview, where she later came back and said she had forgotten to inform us about her file's closure by NASCOP. However, NASCOP says it's not responsible for a patient's file. According to NASCOP, once a HIV patient has been tested positive, they are advised not to be retested, but to start medication immediately.
When my results came out that I'm HIV negative,
this is a Kisii woman.
When they tested up to DNA PCR level, the professors in Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, they came together, they discussed my case until they decided now to close my file, because for someone who was HIV positive, the file is closed when the person has died, but for mine was closed and I'm alive.
For file to be closed when you have HIV, it is all...
They have the same story. He shouts louder, she's the more...
Coupled with the death certificate. So these doctors follow the government set algorithms. I am very, very strict.
Government set algorithms. Which government set algorithm does Kenya government have? This guy's just saying words. Just saying anything. You have the algorithm of the sulfuric acid.
God heals somebody from HIV/AIDS. That is a serious thing.
Rebecca's case was one of the cases which was verified by medical doctors during the recent crusade in Nakuru, We're in a striking intersection of faith, medicine, and science. Two Kenyan medical professionals publicly endorsed claims of Rebecca's HIV and AIDS healings attributed to prayers at the Ministry of Repentance.
By the way, like my bro and what they used to like when they're in main campus, the guys wakina those foreign when the healers wakina Benny Hinn doing this, they used to come. They used to ask now for like go get us these crutches, wheelchairs, like hire them for us. So you take them there, this fun event, they do the event, then you take them back.
Holiness Church.
We are here to stamp and certify.
Tuko hapa kutia muhuri na kuidhinisha.
This is a doctor.
You see,
ya kwamba unaona.
This is not a 1 week thing.
Si jambo tu tukio la juma moja.
It is not a 2 days issue.
Si tu jambo la siku mbili.
It is years and years.
Ni miaka baada ya miaka.
Testing and testing.
The medics confessed.
Are these medics, really? These are actors. You're getting a stethoscope and a white jacket.
Sparked widespread discussion after the doctors emphasized rigorous medical validation while acknowledging that the outcomes challenges the conventional scientific understanding, leading to the viral hashtag Science Bows. To find out more about the healing, we traveled to a remote village in Laikipia. Here we meet Mary Njoroge, who took her first daughter to the self-proclaimed prophet for healing. To her, a journey she embarked full of hope and trust ended as a long con that left her with wounds she says she'll never heal.
Sasa nilikuwa naamini basi yeye nabii atamponesha mtoto aponi. Sasa mimi nikajua hata ni uongo. Hiyo si nabii, ni uongo. Juu mtoto ninampeleka hiyo kanisa mara mingi sana. Nampeleka kanisa mtoto abadilike aponi. Mtoto ako tu vile. Nikashindwa ni maana gani basi naenda kanisa. Nasemekana nabii huyu anaponesha magonjwa. Shida kila aina.
This is the real result of what's This is what happened.
According to Ham, the healings are not true.
Niliona tu mtu akipona hapo ya machuma mama mwingine. Sasa mimi hata sikuona kama ni kweli.
Because
she says not even her 3 visits to the said healing could save her daughter.
Nisikia vibaya sana. Sikuamini tena huyo ni mtu akuponesha watu huyo nabii.
According to Ham, her trust in the church made her abandon medical treatment.
That's what I was saying. When people are light, I'll put my hand on you and pour some unleavened oil, some holy water, and then you'll heal. This is what happens. They go, somebody who's poor like this, who lives there in the bush, who just subsistence, just normal life. You've taken yourself to this person. You've put the life of your child in the hands of this conman. The results never...
Nilikuwa napeleka hata hospitali. Ananyoroshwa anapewa madawa mtoto apone. Sasa kutoka hapo nikaambiwa nilete hiyo kanisa daktari mtoto atapona.
The woman who once had all her faith in the church left the church after her daughter's death, saying the betrayal, lies and deception ripped her up.
You see? That's the full price of this stupidity. And this is actually where I was going to. The full price of believing lies and manipulations by such people who don't care. They'll take their millions of shillings or dollars and they'll move on. You can die with your people. They don't care. But here you are, science bows. I was telling you I hate these people. I hate them because they are no good at all. You'll never build anything with these people because they're liars. Consummate liars who've put... Maybe I shouldn't be too harsh on the poor and the ignorant because unfortunately many of us are poor and ignorant. Unfortunately. But also there's this hard-headedness we've developed where when you don't really have facts for anything, but you just want to bulldoze through. I don't know whether it's this. I don't know it's this desperation. I don't want to use it that because this is a grown-up who decided to just follow through and go, because that's why actually churches, that's why they lean more towards pleasing the women folk, because they're easy to manipulate and put them in a position where they'll hand over all their faculties to these con men. So they tell them what to do. They're the ones who decide what they do at home, what they do with their money, what they do with their kids, what education, everything.
Parts. Daka ya mwisho mtoto akakufa, akagonjeka akakufa. Nikipeleka hiyo kanisa, nilisikia uchungu sana, nikasema siwezi enda tena kwa hiyo kanisa.
You saw the store of wheelchairs.
Yes, which are usually hired. I'll tell you, they hire the crutches and the wheelchairs. This guy is not really even trying that hard to like cover his bases, because he knows he just needs to speak that gibberish. Oh, the power, the exalted, the what, and then everything will be overridden, and you just listen to the nonsense. You jump to the conclusion before even understanding anything.
The HIV/AIDS healed, the number is massive.
I hate this person, man. Like, I hate him like our politicians, because they're the one in the same thing. Just con men.
It's a big number.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
The blood of the Lamb!
A revelation comes in the wake of Owuor's recent Nakuru crusade, where several attendees claimed miraculous healing from life-threatening conditions, including HIV/AIDS, sparking...
Look at this guy, another actor. This extra doesn't even know he's overacting. Look at this extra overacting.
Fresh debates on faith and medicine.
Hallelujah!
Owuor's recent alleged healing sparked mixed reaction among both his supporters and critics, with staunch followers applauding the miracle as proof of divine ordination, yet skeptics rubbished this as nothing but deception, arguing that it lacked medical verification.
You see, the way this report is being put across, it's like there's an evenness of people who believe us. No. There's no unevenness, not skeptics. This is a liar and a scumbag. And everything that he claims is a lie. Objectively a lie.
And on the 3rd of January, the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council, KMPDC, released a statement saying the purported healings raised profound concerns regarding public health safety and professional ethics.
This guy should be in jail.
KMPDC further stated that claims of healing for chronic or life-threatening conditions like HIV and cancer require verifiable medical documentation, and that unsustainable claims by health professionals may mislead vulnerable individuals and deter them from seeking proven therapies.
HIV/AIDS is serious. It's not a joke. Nobody can just stand up and say HIV/AIDS has been healed. Not at all.
But you did.
Because even of the consequences of a positive result.
This as Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale questioned claims of faith-based healing associated with David Owuor.
You look everywhere, it's just buffoons.
Or warning against narratives that undermine conventional medicine and patient safety.
Any claims of miraculous healing, and more so by licensed medical practitioners.
Those guys who showed up there, if they have any medical certification or what, it should all be revoked. Those guys who are claiming they're doctors who will go here saying they've tested and they've found. These scumbags you're seeing there with the white coats, they all should be banned. This is the virus in the system. These lying scumbags. This is the virus in the system.
Must be supported
The
by
guy should be in jail.
verifiable and scientifically proved. If you cannot do that, and you are a medical practitioner, and you go and speak
all these people
in a crusade,
then it should be revoked.
and you talk about miraculous healing, we have directed the regulator, Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council, to do a thorough investigation on those.
Unfortunately, nothing will come of it, because this guy will pay off the cops, the government, because everybody is corrupt. So
medical...
The thing is up to you now to have the information and decide how you're going to act on it. You're just not going to be a fool, just, zombie walking to anything you're driven. Oh, let's take the vaccine. Oh, free speech is bad. Oh. You're just following anything like sheep, zombies.
Practitioners. And we shall, if they cannot verify scientifically, we will be forced to cancel their license.
It is within his purview, it is within his right, because he controls the docket, that someone just stands up and says HIV is healed. And government doctors stand up, HIV is healed, and they're flashing documents. And you said that you have been waiting for this moment when this country would have this conversation.
Owuor says these healings are...
What conversation? There's no conversation to be had. This is a guy to be dismissed. Like, let me ask you people who follow this guy, because I've seen quite a bit of them on X and Facebook just writing things like, and sometimes, you have to realize you're arguing such people. People follow such a person. They are mentally defunct. Their faculties are decimated. They can't think. They're sheep, drones, just being led by whatever edifice.
Medically proven that his system is stronger and more strict than the government's.
When the government has tested them all and come to the conclusion that file closed, this person has turned negative.
Yeah, they're all lying. You can't test somebody who's not sick and claim he was sick. Anyway,
ARVs withdrawn. That is where I normally pick them from and seek their consent and now take them to an internationally ISO certified laboratory. And normally I take them to Lancet International. When Lancet will test you in Kenya here and find you to be negative, when they test you in New York City, they will also find that you are negative. And so, in that way, our program of verification is even much tighter and goes far beyond the government. Now, that is the healing of the Lord. And that's why we have cripples walking, blind seeing.
This is the National Council of Churches of Kenya distances itself from claims of miracles cures made by preacher David Owuor, warning Kenyans against accepting unverified assertions of supernatural healings.
Church leaders come out and say they don't believe in faith-based healings.
Yes.
And they said it in bad faith.
They have to keep
They
things
said
going.
it thinking they're joining the government side. And very clearly that anybody in this land can predict the government side, where it will be. Because today, every Kenyan, people are wise today, people are informed today. Today, medical practice globally, world over, is evidence-based. Now, nobody...
It's always been evidence. The modern medicine is always evidence-based. You don't just make claims, fool. Like, what is this guy just talking? Okay.
This country
I need to
can
go the
ignore the
place.
healings
That's
of
why he was
Jesus.
trying to
The days
bribe
of the Bible are
TV
back.
with 47 guys.
And that's why the Lord sent me to restore the authority of the eternal blood of Jesus, that the atheists in church may now come back to Jesus.
Controversial healings and miracles are not new.
Like children, you're singing along. Yeah, he's had them. He's paid all of them. They know. Yes, we need to celebrate. And I can't live this life. And you see, a lot of people live fake lives. Or you're pretending to be a big business, but you're any mwizi too. You're a conman in town. This is what this is.
To this ministry. In 2017, Pastor Owuor shocked Kenyans by claiming to have resurrected Rosa Chepuchesam, popularly known as Mama Rosa, a woman from West Pokot County. These strange assertions escalated his earlier controversial stance with Kenya's religious circle. And in what happened to be a twist of events, while buzz around the apparent resurrection miracle continued to dominate Kenya's media.
Another scumbag. You're seeing scumbag number 3 here. Okay, there are many, but the ones that I'm pointing. This one who claims she died.
Outlets.
Nabii wa Mungu kama angekuwa sio yeye, ngelikuwa nimeosea mchanga, ngelikuwa nimeishia mchanga, ngelikuwa nimeogelea.
She was saying
Useless,
that if it were
stupid
not for the
conman.
man of God, the mightiest prophet
Conwoman.
of the Lord, she would be rotten in the sand. She was in the sand and decomposed down there.
The said Lady Rosa passed away on 22nd January 2019, barely 2 years after Owuor's resurrection claim. She was laid to rest within a week.
God is never irrelevant. He cannot send me and then you say, no, me, I will enter without him.
But who is this man, David Owuor?
I've described, if you listen to the teaching, sometimes I talk about the calling, my calling. And you hear me talk about the cloud of God I called, who came recently to visit me in Kisumu, 2019. You hear me saying, the cloud of God appeared in the dream and he called me, you see. Then he said, he began to show me these meetings. Then he said, leave your job, run. I saw myself already preaching, I'm sweating, I'm going from nation to nation. So that is the Lord calling his prophet. But these ones here that are trying to sell fake miracles. And now I'm very...
You can't make this shit up. It's the same arguments the politicians make. Huyu anawaambia maendeleo yake haitakuwa, lakini tumeangalia hii maendeleo yetu ni maendeleo zaidi.
Glad that finally we are doing an interview on a Kenyan TV. Because I think it's been a long time in waiting.
Before.
And then the Lord made me carry one planet and put it in its orbit properly.
Right?
What the fuck? What is... He moved the planet. It was a planet that was out of place. It's only children who can believe such things. I'm sorry. If you are following this and you believe you're a child, mentally you might be grown up, boobs, big dick, what for this, but you're a child. Mentally, you shouldn't have children or work anywhere. You should just be somewhere, lifting a stone, taking it to that place, and bringing another thing back. You are just there to do crane work. Just lift things and put them there, or take a rock, hit it hard, it splits. No, don't be allowed near any electronics, by the way, or sharp objects. I'm telling you, we are in trouble. We are in serious
now
trouble.
Globally, as we speak, there is no prophet at all on the earth except the one talking to you now today.
They say a true
very humble, very humble.
Prophet is not accepted in his town. Is this the case for the self-proclaimed prophet?
The Bible describes my relationship between me and Kenya, right?
The Bible?
The prophet has no honor in his home country. You can see the meetings we do in many countries out there. We just came back from Finland before the end of the year, invited in the parliament to talk.
Look at her. Her face. I'm gonna use this one as this is a good thumbnail shot. She's like, bullshit.
Parliamentarians, Italy, Brazil.
Resumte. Now, ladies. Can you be good here? Now. Power went. KPLC, Kenya Power. Yeah, so we've had a blackout. It's been going on and off. I have to finish the stream because that's what you're supposed to do, because I wasn't going to start this, then say, because excuses are excuses. But now let's continue. I'd left this lady here and she had this look. Let me first take this screenshot real quick. This is going to be a thumbnail. Now we are the grandioseness of the Prophet, Doctor. Moron. All right, let's continue.
To talk to parliamentarians. Italy, talk to Brazil, talk to the Senate, the National Assembly, Congreso Nacional, and so forth and so forth. And so, it has not happened here.
He's Jesus, by the way.
In November 2025, the controversial Kenya preacher visited Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, held a two-day conference and conducting prayers at the presidential palace.
Father, in the powerful name of Jesus, Lord, I decree with my terrible prophetic tongue today that you protect the president of this nation.
Owuor says he was invited to pray for Maduro's protection against perceived threats from the United States.
My son Maduro.
My son.
Every time the Lord said with Venezuela, he would call me to the State House and ask, what is the Lord saying? Oh, that was very powerful. I wish all leaders in the...
No wonder Maduro. I wish all leaders would follow him to be arrested. Like, it's like it didn't happen. It's like Maduro is not in U.S. custody right now. This guy is acting like... Oh, he's going to say, I told him to be careful. The God is angry with you.
Well, right? Of course, now other leaders also invite me in the State House and invite me and ask me, what is the Lord saying? And that's amazing because, even just on a personal scale, for his own salvation, right? Led him to the Lord, And every time he would say, please don't forget this land. I can see that the Lord has put his light on you. You're raising our cripples, blind eyes open, but please don't forget this land. In fact, even this going to Venezuela, it was Maduro who said, please come every year because the church has fallen and we need you. We need you to always come and call for repentance, call for righteousness, announce the coming of the Messiah. In that way, the Kenyan revival will take place here.
Despite reports of a victory declaration by Owuor, the political situation subsequently shifted. Owuor is said to have sought medical attention abroad last year for a knee surgery.
That particular day when they said, because the healing service was very massive in Nakuru, as you know. Cripples have walked, blind, what? Crazy.
But I had to go to hospital to heal my knee.
And then after, the purpose was to, to try to put in a negative thing, to try to counteract it. You cannot. Unfortunately for the person who did that, I was only told that, hey, look, there is a tweet. I was still in America. I was still in the hotel in Nakuru. Hey, there's a tweet here that you have been rushed, or you have rushed for surgery. I don't know whether I was rushed or I rushed myself. But in any way, you have gone out for surgery, right? A knee surgery or a hip surgery, whatever it was. Unfortunately for them, that day, for some reason, I delayed to come out of the hotel. And then, after all that, then suddenly say, but who is this one now? So, those things have to happen. They really have to take place.
Man, this guy just talks.
Because they are the mark, they are identity markers
of a prophet.
Of the fact that, you have to pass through that kind of thing. You understand? If you're walking the footprints of Jesus, you find people have called themselves, and you don't need to be a genius to know that, no, this is wrong.
What are you saying?
Calling people, tell them, so I see, do what? You can imagine, Samira.
You do that. You literally do that.
One Kenyan, Nelson Amenya, who was behind the Adani deal expose, claims to have been a member of this church. These
God. Nelson.
photos show Amenya during his days in the church.
God bless you.
In fact, he claims he's the person who edited the famous video.
Blessed people, thank you so much. The Lord bless you.
Amen.
Yes, I will see you. So you guys are going by road, eh?
Yes.
Just watch the vehicles on the road because the road is a bit tricky.
Yes.
You're going by road, by helicopter, I see. By the way, we need the fuel for the helicopter. Tell the congregation. Congregation has to put fuel in the helicopter.
His account, Amenya claims that this is not the first time the church has faced criticism, but has always worked around to counter them. In 2017, an anonymous online critic known as Owuor unmasked an account that actively challenged and debunked all alleged prophecies linked to the church. Nelson Amenya says he played a key role in helping figures within Prophet David Owuor's ministry uncover the identity of the accounts that had gained traction across YouTube, Facebook and X, publishing what it described as insider information relating to the church and its leadership. Amenya alleges that at the height of the tension, he and another church member, identified only as Randy, hatched a plan to contact the account administrator through email under the guise of negotiating over copyright strikes affecting both sides' YouTube channels. During our investigations, we met one guy by that name in the media team of the church.
Prophet.
Between 2006 and 2011, the hope of healing and distrust in modern medicine forced some Kenyans ailing from different diseases, including chronic and life-threatening diseases like HIV, to embark on a journey to a remote village of Samunge.
Do you guys remember Tanzania?
No, in the neighboring country of Tanzania.
You guys are just going to be given boiled
Their
roots.
aim was to get a cup of a herbal concoction from a Tanzanian Lutheran priest.
The number of people who died during this journey. I'm telling you, human beings, we have a virus in here that just many of us are not right.
And herbalist, the late Ambakile Mwasapile, popularly known as Babu Waloliondo, used to trade known as Mugariga.
Yes, Loliondo. I don't know if you guys, but Loliondo, it was media. So was it like heavy? Social media wasn't that heavy, but I was looking at that. I was like, we're in trouble. Shithole dwellings, we're in trouble. We have a long way to go.
Make a non-flavored drink, which he administered to patients reporting various chronic diseases. But it later emerged that the sad patients were never healed.
When you look at the number of people that went there, you were like, yeah, he actually is curing people, because people were going there with the belief that we can get cured. And also people died because of that. Because once he did give us a disclaimer when we were at his place. He was like, I'm giving you this medication to take.
You guys remember guys traveled, like buses were being hired, guys are full. You're going to kunywa some guy's concoction over here, you don't even know. Like you're spending resources and time to travel, suffering on the road, crowds, picking some ailments. Because there's a lot of sick people going there, so that environment is full of sickness, microbes. Very oh my goodness.
But I am also asking you to have faith. So obviously there is no way you're traveling all the way to Tanzania without faith. You already have faith. Your faith is at 150% at that point. Looking at all of those people, it's a hope that took all of us there. And then when you come back home and you realize, oh, this disease did not go away, it kind of crushes your hope. In fact, I think it's part of the reason why I stopped medication for a whole 2 years, because I really wanted to be cured. Like, I was like, why is it can work? Maybe it takes time, you see? But then it was not working. You can't just pray HIV away. It does not work like that. You need treatment. You need a scientific intervention for it to go away.
This is not the first case of claiming of healing HIV in Kenya and across Africa.
Of course it's not.
Self-proclaimed prophets and pastors have made claims of curing HIV, sometimes presenting testimonies or negative test results to support their assertions. In Kenya, prophetess Lucinda Tam was jailed for 2 years in 2018 after she was found guilty of offering fake HIV cure through miracles.
And then eating all the money into her body. Filling her gut with all the ill-gotten gains.
miracle prayers. The term is the mother of controversial preacher Victor Kanyari.
Of course.
A trend has also been emerging in southern Zambia of preachers claiming to be able to cure HIV/AIDS and telling followers to stop taking medication to prove their faith. These claims are, however, not recognized by the scientific or medical community.
Now, nobody in this country can ignore the healings of Jesus. The days of the Bible are back.
What are you talking
And that's why the Lord sent me to restore the authority of the eternal blood of Jesus, that the atheists in church may now come back to Jesus.
This is a matter of...
This is who the God sent to bring atheists back to the church. I think we have to accept that the said God is talking about is very incompetent, right? Like he can't make a better character, better brand. That this is, in fact, now it should show us that this God is following is very incompetent, and in fact is more incompetent than me. So why should I follow such a God? Prophet, Professor, Doctor Owuor.
Of someone realizing people's needs and promising to take care of them. It's a game of mind. So like we know that in our African setup, people believe so much in witchcraft. So if I tell you I'm going to do deliverance on you, and everything will be okay, you'll be rich next year, you will come for it. So they look at the needs of people and they offer them.
There are false prophets in the church. Repent, false apostles in the church.
Yes, salute, Prophet.
I want to lay it very clean to you here today.
Yes.
That right now, globally, as we speak, there is no prophet at all on the earth except the one talking to you now today.
Can I tell you something that is how it works? Conmen. Conmen are some of the smartest, most confident people. It's the confidence thing. Because they meet a person who's mentally a bit negative. They hammer in. First of all, they find them already prepared with the culture of the Christianity and what. So they hijack that. And then they start slowly. It doesn't really take long. It comes with confidence, big crowds. You're seeing there are people with crutches dropping them. And you see, if you have that reduction in IQ, it takes over immediately. Immediate takeover. And what happens? You leave your job and you go to a forest to fast. That's what
a self-proclaimed prophet gave our crew money, which he said was not meant to manipulate this feature.
You have received Festus Mutai, new M-Pesa balance.
But to bless the crew.
So, Nani, you have blessed them with 20,000 each, right? Yes, please. Okay, yeah. So then you vacation.
A bribe is called blessing. I bless you. Yes, bless you with bribe. Yes. Go finish that person. My neighbor's kid, by the way, there's a kid. He's not even crying. Like he just, I think it's because the kids are not meant to live in such restricted places. But he goes berserk, shouting like he's mad. I'm like, let the boy play. Yeah. So it's not really that hard because I'm trying some noise suppression, background noise suppression. It won't work perfect, but it's fine. You see, the guy is bribing journalists because you see, this is the thing. A lot of journalists are actually given kidogo when they go for NGO like meetings, and a lot of politicians, they give them something to report positively about what they are doing. Often they're just lying or exaggerating things, or twisting facts and things like that. This is what he's trying to do. And he wanted, you see, it is an implied payment. Oh, no, you traveled here is your lunch. But you see, that one intrinsically, it makes you feel a bit, maybe it wasn't so bad. You know how Pesa, it's the soap for the heart. When somebody gives you some money, the heart gets a little bit softer.
Go and work. That is from the Lord to you.
This guy is very smart. Man.
Has nothing to do with the story, but just to bless you because of this. Okay?
Or because of time. Okay, what does that mean?
Yes.
The crew has, however, refunded the money. These investigative...
This one, it was... the fact that they went all the way and refunded and this and all that, because 20 Gs is nothing. If you had sent them 200K each, you have seen one of them go like, should I not? Or even, but you see, a thing is, according to him, to like this Owuor fellow, to him, these guys are anything between 3K to 20. So I can give this journalist anything. And this, I'm hearing TV47 has been having issues, but clearly there's some level of integrity. I hope there's a level of integrity here.
Peace reveals
but then her look was just the best.
How some religious proclamation clash with scientific findings, sometimes endangering the lives of thousands of the unsuspecting. And now all eyes are on the Kenyan Medical Practitioner and Dentist Council as Kenyans await their report on the alleged miraculous healings. Samira Mohammed for TV47, Nairobi.
Samira Mohammed, you speak too much like people from Kenya must come. They all sound the same. KBC. Yes, sir, we are going to bring you the things. Yes, sir. Hey. I have been around these people for too long. Now, I'm just going to leave that there because, to be honest with you, it was important to listen through. I wanted to really know, but the thing is, I already know who these people are. I know how they do. If I was a lot more corrupt than I am right now, I'd be a pastor. I'll be a preacher and I'll clean house. Because I understand the psychology, I understand what it really takes to do it. It's just that I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can live a lie that every day like that. It's very difficult. It's very difficult for me. I know people are comfortable with that, but for me. But I'll think about it. Life, poverty. It can. If you see me nimekonda hivi kidogo nimeanza kuvaa suti, just know things are bad and I need to. All right then. Now, this video is a full video of. There was that. Most of you what I've seen is that screenshot of this particular screenshot here. This one. This is what most of you have seen, and Donald Trump did post this on. There's a video that ends with this. There's a video that ends. There's a different video that ends with these particular clips. Now, I don't know whether they did that intentionally or not. I am going to say Donald Trump is a good troll. He's probably put it there just knowing people are going to lose their minds. But anyway, I won't spend too much time on this one. I just want to go through the process because, as you know, this is an anti-woke channel. Yes, we do not condone wokeness at all. And the kind of victim narratives that come from everything is labeled racist, this, it's lost its meaning. It's become now just a battering ram for those Western activists and African activists who are trying to make money screaming racism. That's the grift. We know that. Now, let me... Oh my God. Does this song have copyright? I hope... Oh. Let me just... I'm going to mute the song. Just start a bit, then mute it. So, I'm going to mute that. I don't want to be copyist. So, Hillary Clinton, this is, I think, Hakeem Jeffries, I believe. Yeah, he's like lead or something. Then Cortez, this is Newsom, which they call Newsom. So it's like they're all jungle animals. Then we have, I can't remember his name. This is that, some of this I can't remember them because I think they're from, this is a fat guy that Trump likes dissing. And then there's this, what's his name? Used to be like CIA, FBI, something, or I don't know. They are the ones going after him. Okay, Mandami is a hyena. This one is a zebra. Okay, so Kamala Harris is a tortoise, and Biden is a monkey. So let's continue. They're eating a banana. Okay, these are Kim Jeffries. These are called meerkats or something. Yeah, something like that. This guy is so cringe. Then Trump, they are coming. These are kafati. These are, I think, some activists. Oh yeah, actually this is like, I think there's some online like leftist influencer. So it's like jumbled up clips. Oh, he's fanning him. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg is a hippopotami. I'm dead. Oh, they bow down. Oh, okay. Okay, you see. All right. So that's what I wanted you guys to see first. So that is what has caused this mayhem. So let's see the video that Trump put up. A video posted on Trump's True Social account portrays former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes. Now, this is your media reporting lesson. Now, if you look at that, because that's what most people have seen that, and you see when there's somebody, this Yasha Ali fellow, is he a fellow or a woman? You never know with these people. So yeah, so they put something without full context first to push a narrative. So they'll give you like a clip. So you saw, of course, you saw Obama and Michelle Obama there as apes. They won't tell you Biden was also an ape in the same. There are many white people there and other people who have been characterized as different animals. So this was like a king of the jungle kind of parody-ish thing going on. Now, that is how most of media reporting is. They leave out some things to push a certain message or a certain narrative. Your work, by the way, it's not their work to tell you the truth. You need to learn that now. The work of the media is to create a narrative for whoever they support. That's just the way it is. If you think that there is no neutral media as far as I'm concerned, people have picked sides and they are getting paid by those sides, so they won't really, how do we say, they won't really give you the full facts. So it's up to you to look on all sides and in the middle. Look everywhere and in the middle to find the truth. But you can come over here also and send me a message. You say, Albo, is this true? I can do that donkey work for you because it's good content also. So let's watch what this one, Orange Man, put up.
Heard that favored Joe Biden. Heard that favored Joe Biden.
Huh? So okay, that's at the very end. So there was like a little 1-2 second clip at the very end. Then there's like a different thing. I don't know if I can find that whole one. So you get it. Yes, it's a full video, but the worst part of it be the principal. Am I missing something? Buffoon. They got Boy Joe going down on the banana. So you see, you can't. If these people have been put as this one, then you must necessarily also address this, right? But you won't, because many of you are walking very, very, very silly. So check out this clip. So this one is the full one. Let's see.
Initiated by a court order, the Michigan investigation team obtained forensic access to a DS-200 tabulator, the machine that counts the votes.
Oh, so this is a thing about they're still having issues with the 2020 election, the vote counts. You know, I was trying to tell these guys that they always say, oh, there was no. Oh, trust me, everybody who's African saw what was happening. If you followed, you know what happened. But you know, like there's like a heap of votes that comes at the very end, and they switch it for the other side. You are Africans. Come on. Well, why are we pretending we don't know what's going on?
A Telit 4G wireless chip manufactured in Taiwan was discovered embedded into the motherboard. The voting machine tapes clearly indicate modem engagement and transmission of election data. Some of the anomalies that we noticed in the 2020 general elections, that 5 key states all stopped counting at a certain time in these key battleground states. These were all where the software, Dominion machines, ESNS machines were used, the Smartmatic, the GEMS software. So when the vote stopped counting, and this has been noted in other countries as well, President Trump was significantly ahead when reporting.
If you remember, Raila versus Kibaki.
And counting resumed, there was a massive spike occurred that favored Joe Biden.
It's the same. Then at the end there was that. Then so it was like a little clip. So it could be argued that somebody was editing, then he was looking at that, then he left that part. It could be intentional at the same time. But at the HIV healed must watch. This is what we must. Now this thing is trending because Owuor is paying everyone to make it trend. And we are everywhere. Anyway, everybody with half a brain knows that. And I don't really. Anyway, we pass through that. I've given that guy too much of my time already. Jesus. So there's that of Trump. So you guys, the whole point really, most of the time, is you're not meant to, at least in my opinion, you're not meant to fully understand what's going on. That's why the truth comes in little pieces, manipulations, and it's up to you as a citizen of the world to look further, because if by now you think everybody is for you, or they want to show you the truth, they want to fact check. Once you hear those words, fact checking, just know it's fake. Just know that somebody is trying to draw you away from the actual truth, and then maybe tell you, no, now this fact check, these our facts are the good ones. If you don't do any due diligence, you'll remain in ignorance and continue arguing on the internet like a buffoon.
Tonight,
so,
we begin with...
We are going to go next to this particular report of the Huruma. There was a protest in Huruma because the police allegedly shot a girl there. Now, this is not new, of course, but this is some of the things, the reason I'm doing these streams, is some of the things I point to often is to look at the media narrative and hopefully try and show the weaknesses in the reporting or the lies or manipulations, but sometimes it's just to give information, to know what's going on and what necessarily you must do. It's not because just listening to reporting, because this is for me, I give my opinion, I report the facts, give my opinion about, hopefully I can ground all those things in some factual information. Now this, to hear that police have shot somebody innocent or what, it's not rare in this country. In fact, it's more common than you would like to admit. I think we all know this. I've seen a few videos, you see just a cop walking up to some guys just chilling and decides because he wants to extract money from them, he starts making up things. Where is the registration? Where's your registration? So that's the kind of thing that we have to understand. In my opinion, the security apparatus in this country is gone to hell. I think every policeman is motivated to be as corrupt as possible, because even as the way they get into these positions, they have to pay a lot of money to bribe the system to get there. So it begins with bribery and it continues with bribery until they are done. So let's listen in, because there was this report on Kenya.co.ke, the Kenyans. I don't know who owns this. I'm going to find out. Because the thing is, I don't like to necessarily refer to mainstream, but it's a good indicator of whatever stories, because they have more resources to run around and collect stories and whatnot. So activities in Huruma Estate came to a standstill on Saturday, February. Yeah, so just the other day, night after residents protested the alleged shooting of a girl by a police officer. According to reports, the girl was allegedly shot while assisting her mother at their fishmonger stall earlier that day. So the girl was allegedly shot as police pursued a suspect thief who had reportedly hidden near a stall where she was. Officers are said to have opened fire during the pursuit. Photos and videos are obtained by show residents flocking to the streets, blah, blah, blah. So that's that. So that's the basic understanding of what that happened. Let's listen to what Jeff Koinange and the citizens.
Tonight, we begin with the fury of residents of Huruma in Nairobi following the killing.
Didn't we say 22-year-old is a woman? What do they calling a girl? Oh, I don't like that. You see, the media is like 22-year-old is a woman. It's an adult, yeah? 4 years past 18 even. Now that's an adult, probably a mother. Girl. Jesus.
Of a 22-year-old girl.
22-year-old girl. This guy is such a performer. I don't mind.
King was fatally shot dead on Saturday night in what residents
Nairobi following the killing of a 22-year-old girl.
Cheryl Aching was fatally shot dead on Saturday night in what residents allege was a reckless police operation in pursuit of a suspect. And as Ode Francis reports, her death has ignited outrage, sparking protests, barricades, and the burning of 3 buses as locals demand answers. And
okay, what does burning 3 buses got to do with this? Seriously, like this is like, you see, the problem with such like mass action is because a lot of people anchor on to those and then they do their own criminality. Why are you, maybe this is now somebody took advantage, used like maybe a competitor of those buses. They said, okay, now you can go ban them. Then they cause the commotion and it happens. And this is why personally I don't care so much for this mass action, because most of them are not authentic to anything. Everybody is trying to anchor on a certain issue, put in their hooks, and then now pretend along with that movement as they're doing the other nefarious things. Like, why are you banning buses? Like, what is wrong with you people? Law, how do you say? No, you have no capacity to regulate your emotions. That you are just banning. What has that got to do with anything? I'm trying to connect this police shooting this woman and banning buses. You're angrier. Like, man, you see, if you do any level of business, you'd feel that pain of those people. Maybe, I hope they had insurance. But you are some of these PSVs.
Justice.
This is the situation as it unfolded in John Saga Huruma. A fierce standoff between police officers and local residents. The cause, the fatal of a 22-year-old Cheryl Aching, a student of the Kenya Medical Training College. She was shot in the head while assisting her mother at their fish stall as police pursued a wanted suspect.
If you see a lot of these policemen, the way they behave, you can tell that, like for me, I get uneasy around these cops doing, like, because some of them are unhinged. And the way they handle, you see, like the guy who shot the guy during those protests, just that, like he didn't even think, like they're not mentally there, man. These people, most of them are insane. They've done so many bad things that they don't even feel anything. So, like for me, like cops, I have like 2-3 cops who are my friends, and most of them are like engaged in like that, those 3. So I deal with them, but still, because of, these people, I'm sorry, no. Because you have to rightfully be afraid of them. Not because you're a criminal, not because these people are unhinged and they're criminals themselves. If he wants to take a bribe from you by force for whatever trumped-up charges and you refuse, he can do the same. He can just shoot. Who wants to say that maybe if the guy was running there, maybe he saw a shadow and decided to shoot without even knowing, or saw her and maybe she was, whatever the case may be, even for no reason. Everybody here must feel it, kind of situation. These people are not mentally there, man. And at least, I'm not saying what you should or should not do, but you must be aware of this. And you must keep your distance from these guys. I'm telling you, the only way some of these people have to be changed is total ostracization. Total. If you're a cop, you're in the neighborhood, people stay away from you because you are bad people. And you've been given the monopoly of force. Some of these low IQ, stupid people are being given a monopoly on force. How can you trust? Don't trust this. Don't trust. Don't. Even if you are going, if something has happened to you and you go to the police station, they ask you for money to do investigations. If something has happened to you, they'll ask you for money to do that. It's an irrelevant. They're just there to collect cash. Now, the other side of this is that if they were not there, you realize your neighbors are bigger animals. So just as bad, it's just they don't have the monopoly of force. So we are balancing that. That's where we are now. Huh? Hii culture yenye me support ndo hii, it's eating you up now.
Mwenzangu ananiambia ati Sherila ameshutiwa, ati amepigwa na bunduki. Nikajiuliza ameibia nani? Ati amepatikana tu palipake pa kazi. Hapo palipenyu pa kazi ndiye alishutiwa. Ila kama angekuwa kijana ashutiwe hivyo ningesema ni mwizi.
Her mother arrived at the scene.
Okay, fine. Grieving mother, I'm just gonna let that
in
pass.
Anguish, blood still visible where her daughter fell. Spent cartridges collected by residents serving as evidence that live bullets were fired. According to locals, the shooter was a known police officer.
The police officer, who is called Abdul somebody, who is known for killing young innocent people, has done it again today.
Well, it's you have to. It's one of those. It's one of those. It had to be. You know, they don't care. They'll just come to a place, and it doesn't matter what the collateral damage is. That's why I'm telling you, don't trust these people at all. They know them. This is people they have run-ins with every time.
It was inside this stall where her mother had raised her children and sold fish for years that Cheryl's life was cut short. The incident reportedly occurred as police pursued a suspect thief on Saturday, sparking the outrage and anger.
But if you're doing that and you shoot this many bullets, man, like you're pursuing one guy and you just like, what level of training or anyway, it doesn't matter what the training is. It's the culture. The culture here is of criminality among the police. So they don't care. They already, they've done so many of these things. They've been hired to do even worse things. As we think we are living in normal people. Also remember, 2007, there are people who still did heinous things who live among us here. Don't be naive.
Among locals.
Hapo ndio anapatanga fare yake na lunch yake ya kwenda shule. Sasa hiyo ndio mimi mtoto wangu ndio nataka justice yake. Alikuwa ananiambia mama, wacha nipe tu hizo miaka 4 nikimaliza wewe uende ushago mimi nibaki nikilea wetu wadogo.
Those people are telling us that we are in broad-based government. This is broad-based government. We are not going to be forced to be in broad-based government that is killing our people. The comrade has been caboose and cabas today here. That a comrade has been killed here today.
Protesters blocked major roads, erected barricades and lit bonfires. Several businesses, stalls and parked buses were set ablaze.
This is such a shame. You know, especially that's why I'm not. These protests, they already ban things that people have taken years to build. They don't care. It's just a lot of these people don't have anything, so they don't care. They don't have any stakes. So it's just emote, and you have young men who have no jobs, who are just there like, man, these guys, and then they'll take advantage, whatever.
As demonstrators demanded justice and accountability for security agencies.
Mahali nilikuwa nauza wamechukua wheelchair ya mtoto wangu na nilikuwa na shonanga hizo mavitambaa. Sasa hata nashindwa nitaanza aje.
Officers from the independent.
What is going on here that these police always pass around here the small businesses and they take they're cut every day or weekly, whatever. It does it different places, different kind of. So you have police who their work here patrol is to collect chums from small business. So places like here is find all these shops, their bars or whatever, or the hawkers, they have to pay something to these cops. So sometimes if maybe the payment doesn't come as they want, maybe they can be vindictive enough. You can be killed by a cop for 200 bob. Yes. So there are layers to this. A lot of these things don't just happen from nowhere. It is
Policing Oversight Authority arrived to begin investigations after the family
police are investigating themselves.
Was initially denied the chance to file a report at Huruma Police
Why? Anyway, it's a criminal
station. Activists later intervened and secured an official OB entry.
So we are telling Murkomen, we are telling the IG, na wale wengine wote wana issue shoot to kill orders. This is unacceptable. Hiyo shoot to kill orders ndio inaenda inaua watu completely innocent.
Police have in a statement acknowledged the killing and called on locals to allow the law take its course and avoid acts of lawlessness. Ode Francis, Citizen.
Now, the problem we have with this is, You saw that the cop who shot the guy during the protest. Nothing. I don't know where this is in right now, but you see now they're pulling and tagging. They'll not. Unfortunately, I don't think anything is gonna happen, as always. So the work has to start ostracizing these people. It's not about don't deal. Just let them do their inhumane things over there. Don't deal. You don't have the monopoly force, you don't have weapons, whatnot. You have numbers, but going the next effort to try and remove them and do this, it don't end well for society, generally speaking, because there are a lot more criminals out here anyway than cops. So you don't want that situation. What you can do is ostracize these guys. If any of them, and anyway, if they come like they're trying to harass a guy, you know that community thing, you come. They're trying to take like a 50 bob from a hawker group. You're trying to take a 200 bob group like that. That's the only way you can help yourself, in my opinion. Because if you're looking for these cops and these politicians to help you, hey, you can see now what is going on. So, anywho, let's let me look here. Now, the next story. The next story was Star Wars. Yes. The Mandalorian and Grogu official trailer, which was released a couple of days ago, I believe. So we are going to react to that. You know, this is, at the core, I'm still a filmmaker. That's what I do. I am doing other things and streams, nini, but at the core, product in filmmaking. Sasa, of course, we have to do a review of at least one entertainment product. Yeah? Let's go here. Then we'll finish off with the NFL thing. So I just talk about whatever for as long as I can. I don't really have like a time frame yet. It's looking like it's gonna be like a 2-hour thing, because a lot of, if I cover 3-4 stories, kind of like it goes to 2 hours. I've done a few 130, 140, 2 hours, so it's about there. So let's see now the Star Wars. So this kindocheck.com, they have like all the, how do we say, all the trailers. They always have. I don't know if it's like they already have those rights or they pay for them. I don't know. But yeah. So let's go through the Mandalorian and Grogu official Super Bowl trailer 2026. Now, I loved the Mandalorian season 1. Then they diluted it with wokeness. I think season 2 was, then it went to hell. They were overusing the Grogu character, which was nice, cute merchandising opportunities. Let's watch what this is going to be about.
Sometimes we choose our path. Yes. Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break.
I'm guessing like this. I don't know. Are they traveling now? Let's read the breakdown. Official Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu movie Super Bowl trailer. Pedro Pascal, of course. Jesus Christ, that guy is everywhere. 2 of the most popular characters are returning to the big screen for the first time in 2026. The movie not only marks the return of the saga to the cinema after a break of several years, but also continues the story of Din Djarin and Grogu, also known as Baby Yoda. Yes, they are trying to sell that. So it's a journey. I need to find out what the synopsis is. Synopsi. Let's check synopsi before we continue. Allah. Synopsis. Synopsi. The evil empire has fallen, but the Imperial. The evil empire has fallen, but the Imperial warlords remain scattered throughout the galaxy. As the fledgling New Republic works to protect everything in the rebellion fought for, they enlist the help of legendary Mandalorian bounty hunter Din Djarin and his young apprentice Grogu. All right. So it's all right. Let's continue.
This is the way.
Only in theaters and IMAX May 22nd.
Yeah. Is that all? Oh, it's the Super Bowl. They usually add extras. Shooting. Oh, it's looking. The feel is kind of comedic-ish, I think, but I think it will just be a bit of comedy, but it will be serious. I think. Action. Yes! Mandalorian and Grogu. Hey. I actually I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it a bit. Yes, I'm feeling it a bit. I'm feeling it. Looks as far as it has the same vibe, I think, as the first season of The Mandalorian. These Star Wars properties have been handled rather carelessly by work stars. So I'm just, you have to have some healthy level of skepticism every time, but I have not had any of those vibes. I've not felt them. The girl power is not there, or maybe the woman, but I hope it's just her. Okay. It doesn't mean like if a woman there's girl power, but you see, these are wokists. It just might mean that. So I'm just being skeptical a bit. But I'm hoping that they revert back. Is Favreau involved in this? Let's see. Let's check real quick here. Who? Favreau. Crew. Let's see the crew. Mandalorian. So, cast. I said crew. You idiota. Let's just go to IMDb here and check. Oh, Jon Favreau. Yes, there's that. Jon Favreau is all right. I hope the wokeness does not because sometimes they're being forced to do some of this. Is because Favreau is a good filmmaker, like honestly, but I don't know what happened season 2 and 3 of Mandalorian. I think they are being forced to do a lot of things and insert a lot of irrelevant things and characters to push the agenda, the message. Yeah, so, yeah. I am excited about the Mandalorian and Grogu adventure. I think it looks like it will be interesting. There's some war there. I don't know what the main thing is they're going to do. I guess that's a good thing for the trailer. It's left a lot of questions that I want answered. Right? Sawa kabisa. So let's move on swiftly to, what is it called? This NFL halftime show thing. Now, there is two ways to look at this. Because of what a lot of the politics, entertainment, and what has been injected with a lot of this politics. So you're either on one side conservative or you're woke or leftist. Now, as you've seen with the many movies, as you've seen with a lot of entertainment products and whatnot, a lot of this has been injected in a lot of the entertainment that we consume. And as such, you see, like personally, this is one thing I really hate. Like, you see, during that BLM Black Lives Matter thing, everybody kneeling, cringe. Cringe. The thing was, they're still doing it. Like sometimes, like when I see like Arsenal have that rainbow thing and they're kneeling, racism, all that is not real. It's not real at all. There's no one who's going to stop being racist because they saw a thing, a captain, or some poster put there, we'd want love. You see, like all these people use all this togetherness and all. They don't include anyone else in their things. In fact, if you don't follow what they want you to follow, you are a pure enemy and you should be ostracized. Now, this is what happened with this NFL halftime show. So Jay-Z seems to be having control of doing this. So his artist, Bad Bunny, yes, look, they're saying he's the most popular, most did he won Grammys. All those things don't matter to me. I've listened to the music, generic. This is a Diddy-induced, how do you see, marketing and promo. He's well known to his engagements with Diddy, Jay-Z with Diddy, and Epstein and all those people. So miss me with all this. Oh, it is so great. Oh, it did this. I do not buy it. Now, what happened is they had their show, which the guy Bad Bunny did his thing, and then on this other side, the conservatives also had their thing. What is it? It's called TPUSA, that's the Charlie Kirk organization. So this is their stream, as you're seeing over here. It has right now 20,900,000 views. 20 million. I think, as far as I know, right at this particular moment, we are going to be listening into this guy of mine. This guy is called the Black Conservative Perspective. So we are going to listen into his reaction to this. Now we are going back home to where these people are. Because most people, a lot of people, because of the NGO indoctrination, activism, whatnot of the leftism, all of them seem to just lean, you just assume it should be this way. But there are a lot of people who don't agree with those things. There are a lot of people who have different ideas. They don't want this woke nonsense and whatnot. So we are going to listen to his report, Black Conservative Perspective, about this particular thing. Then we'll finish with, after that, we'll finish this whole stream, which has been broken up by Kenya Power and Lighting. I'm blaming them. I don't have a generator backup. Anyway, now, we are going to say, so this video is Megyn Kelly, who's also used to be a reporter, journalist, whatever, those conservative spaces. Now she's an independent, has a YouTube channel, doing extremely well. Now, so Megyn Kelly goes off on Piers Morgan, so defending Bad Bunny Spanish only Super Bowl halftime show. So this is part of the reasons why this other side was mad. Like you've just done a whole thing in Spanish. By then, Spanish is a European language. I wish these people knew, these wokists, because they're always talking about minorities. This white people. Spanish is white people language, by the way. So they had, he had that, and you see he's one of those guys, anti-ICE. So he's woke. He's woke, he's American, but he says he hates America. He's made millions of dollars in America, leading in America. America has made these people. You see like Hollywood degenerates. All of them, America bad. Well, they're sleeping comfortably in their $1 million homes. I hate such people. It's performative nonsense, and it's paid for. Most of you people don't understand a lot of this ideological push are paid for one reason or the other. There are many reasons, which I can take a whole video and discuss, but these are paid for opinions. It's not like people, because a lot of artists, a lot of news people, they follow a certain ideology because they get paid. They get opportunities following through. If you're an artist and you're not woke, if you're an actor and you're not woke Hollywood, you're not getting any jobs. So that's what it is. So let's listen into, because I didn't want to really watch the NFL. I wanted to show you the NFL halftime show on YouTube right now, as I think is going to 40 million, but it was very close. They were going together 20 million. You have to understand these TPUSA people have no resources even close to what the NFL is doing for that particular Super Bowl event. It's not the Super Bowl event has. I think I thought what I saw. I thought let's ask GPT. Let's ask GPT. I think it was something like 8 to 6 to 8 million dollars per 30-second ad. Just say. Odiero, how much was the 30-second advert spot for the NFL, the Super Bowl, this last one?
Got it. The cost. Sure. The cost of a 30-second commercial spot during the most recent Super Bowl was around $7 million. This figure reflects a significant increase from previous years and highlights the high demand and value of advertising during the event.
Blow! $7 million for 30 seconds. So if you have a whole minute, you're looking at $14, $15, $20 million. Now, in the world of advertising, it is something else to consider. The guy was going, don't update, I was looking. So I usually forget. I just added the GPT thing audio because I think it's good to just check things immediately. Now, I counter-checked, actually it was between 6 and 8 million. So 7, I guess they give me the middle there. So yeah, so that's the thing. 7 to $10 million for 30-second ad. That's too expensive. I don't know, but they've been doing it for a long time. I don't know if it actually has returns on that. But I suspect like these other alternative halftime show NFL events that cost less but also give you good numbers, it's going to be interesting. Let's listen in to Black Conservative Perspective.
I came here for the halftime show, the whole experience. Why aren't you playing Bad Bunny at the halftime show?
Because I put this halftime show on. Because this is what the majority. If you filming me,
I'm filming you. Why are you doing that? Why didn't you play Bad Bunny?
Because the majority.
Well, I'm gonna pay.
Get out.
I'm gonna pay first.
Luke, this is why.
I gotta pay.
This is why I said no.
I gotta pay first. But I'm asking.
This is why I know he's pointing at the, I think, Latino-looking workers.
I'm not being violent. Yeah, I gotta pay first. I shouldn't pay.
There isn't enough
for the full experience.
What's your tab under?
The full Super Bowl experience.
Okay, what's your tab under?
All right. I came here for the full Super Bowl experience. Are you the bouncer? Are you the manager? Are you the bouncer or the manager?
He's the manager.
All right, I'm speaking to him, not you. You do what you do, and I talk to him. I came here for the Super Bowl experience. The full Super Bowl experience.
This is the halftime show.
This is not the halftime show.
It is the halftime show.
This is the thing, it was the official halftime show for the NFL. The guy didn't like it because there's the political divide. That's all you need to understand about this intro.
It's called the halftime show.
So this guy, if you can see him, is it's one of those soft woke guys. Yeah. So guys like this, me personally, any woke man, gay.
We're at the zoo, and the zoo refuses to play Bad Bunny for some reason during the halftime show. They want to play somebody else. All right? I'm going to put this on my social media.
There you go, baby.
Good.
All right?
There you go. There's your tab. You have a good night. Thank you.
You might get customers. You might lose a lot of customers.
Boy. So yeah. These days, it goes that way. These days, there's no jokes in people, especially this conservative side. When they decide that they don't want to buy a product, it's usually devastating. Bud Light, if you just do a search on Bud Light, I think Jaguar, they did some weird woke advert that was just weird, those weirdos of theirs. So, and all of them, Harley Davidson, the motorcycle company, crashed basically because these guys said, oh, you want to talk? Because they wanted to impose the wokeness on everything. And they, okay, all right, no. So, yeah.
I want to talk about this wild exchange between Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan. As Megyn Kelly is going to go off on Piers Morgan, who is predictably defending the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show. Okay, the all-Spanish halftime show that nobody understood, and apparently 20 million people decided that they wanted to watch the All-American halftime show from Turning Point. You had 5 million plus concurrent viewers. I mean,
now that is a record for that's now the TPUSA event. That's a record for many, like for streaming in many. How do you say? How am I having a difficult time to explain it? It's broken a lot of records on YouTube streaming in terms of like top either live stream for entertainment and many other things. Anyway, English, there's a lot. So let's hear, maybe they'll mention that.
Turning Point says 10 million plus concurrent viewers that watch their halftime show, which I think in and of itself says that, hey, you know, not everybody was happy with what they saw from Bad Bunny, right?
My favorite one was Michael Jackson and then the Dre one. The Dre one was sick. You see, nobody complained really about that. Okay, a few, but, you know, generally speaking, it's accepted American. Yes, we are good.
Pretty sure that a lot of people probably tuned out. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, but there are a lot of people who legitimately have issues with the Super Bowl, okay, which is American football, an American game, the halftime show being done in Spanish, right? And that's basically what the core disagreement is going to be between Piers Morgan and Megyn Kelly. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Start with something where I know we are totally in disagreement, and that is Bad Bunny. So I got up this morning and I watched it all without reading anything about it. I just thought, I want to watch this completely clean without anyone's view contaminating my brain cells. And I watched all 15 minutes of it. And I've watched every halftime show going back 30, 40 years. I thought as a piece of theatre, it was the best I've seen. Just the most extraordinary kind of Broadway on steroids piece of theatre. I also thought it wasn't remotely divisive politically in the end.
I mean, that's obviously not true because it was.
His speech was, but his performance, I thought, was actually a lot of things which I would have thought people on the conservative right would applaud. It was about love. A couple actually got married, for real, in the middle of it. He was preaching about unity, not just the United States of America, but the wider Americas. What was the problem, Megyn?
This is the thing. Piers Morgan is very good at creating an issue, then having people on his show talk about it. He's actually a genius the way he does it. Because often he wouldn't take just the position that everybody would expect. Sometimes he'll just take the contrary position so that it creates the buzz, and then he has this. Even you can see the way he's asking this question.
Certain male gesture is...
What the hell? I have no idea what that is. Let me just check. What the hell? Oh, they had started. I left that other thing and then it started and it was not. Yeah, so, yeah, let's go back to it. Let's go back. I'm dead. That is the TPUSA thing. I thought I was going to show it, but I don't want to play the music. It's going to bring issues. And I really don't, for me, it's not my kind
coming
of music.
to mind, but I'm not sure I can do it on this show. No, it wasn't about what he was actually going to do during the middle of the Super Bowl performance. It's about him. It's about him being chosen as the Super Bowl performer, somebody who's been an outspoken critic, of course, of the Trump administration and of America and our anti-immigrant policies. This is long before the current controversy over ICE. He doesn't want illegals deported from this country. Well, too bad, because the majority of Americans do want that and are not shy about pushing for it, and that's why President Trump got elected. So he and his little buddies over at Green Day never miss a chance to bash the United States of America. He got selected because Jay-Z, for some reason, has got the choice over who performs at our Super Bowl, who's another problem. Don't even get me started on his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. Why is he choosing who's appropriate for American children to watch during our seminal sporting event? And I'm sorry, Piers, but to get up there and perform the whole the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the...
It's a thing with the minorities and wokeness. So already the event kind of picked aside, and that's what is causing this, because all these minority representations, and that's a leftist thing. Am I against it? Yeah, because what it has done, it has reduced us to political pawns. It has reduced us to, we can only be accepted or we are seen first as our skin color before what we think, which is the other way around. People should deal with you as how you think. Of course, how you present yourself, yeah, blah, blah, but how you think and what you do, that's how people should be judging you. But already, because it's minorities, it's already taken one political side. So this was going to hell anyway. So long as they chose that Bad Bunny fellow and what, I have to be honest with you, I've listened, I don't know why he's the most popular. I understand like those white women, Katy Perry and all those big, but him... This is a Diddy-induced industry plant business. That's what it is. He's not special. He's doing that reggaeton for... Daddy Yankee did it 10 times better. They didn't become as big as him. They became big, still big, most of them. But they never became this guy. This is a Diddy plant. This is an industry plant. Because we've seen, and he likes wearing dresses, by the way. So it's all that. You know, having a guy who comes wearing dresses, so maybe bisexual, which is gay, and then anti-immigrant. So it's one side of the political aisle has been chosen. That's who they're representing. So this sport is majority the other side. It's mostly conservative who love it. Mostly. It is really known that way. But they've been trying to bring in the wokies and whatnot. But it's I don't know how it's going to end, but you need to give it a few years if they continue, because a lot of these businesses, they just pivot. If they see something is not popular, they just pivot and take you back to what they used to do. And a lot of people are like, yes, at least they. So you find that they still have a lot of power to decide what these people do with their money. It's just if it's done delicately, it can work. Often, it doesn't. A lot of companies are suffering because this wokeness became extremely pervasive. You have to talk about all this diversity stuff, inclusion, which doesn't really mean diversity and inclusion. It means you look different, but you all have to think the same and behave the same and support the same things. Even if you're against it, you have to stick with the tribe. No, sorry.
Country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Yo, I think she makes a good point, to be honest with you. And again, I rock heavily with the Latinos, right? I rock heavily with the culture, ones. Right? I rock heavily with Latinos. I just want... people to understand. I have nothing against Latinos. I love Latinos, to be honest with you, right? Yeah. But yes, I love Anglo-Saxon culture more, okay? Because as a black American, my underlining culture is Anglo-Saxon. We speak English here, right? We speak English. And when you're talking about an artist doing a halftime show, basically all in Spanish, that is kind of a slap in the face to the rest of the country, right? That is not inclusive. When you talk about an artist who is politically divisive, who has spoken out on politics, who recently used the stage at the Grammys to speak out on politics, that is divisive, okay? So Megyn Kelly here, I think, is making the point that, hey, the Super Bowl, which is an American tradition, right, a uniquely American tradition, it should be as Americanized as possible, right? When you talk about the halftime show, right? It should at least appeal to traditional American values and norms. And yes, I guess you can't make an argument that some of it did do that, right? Oh, you know, you had the marriage happen, you know, on stage, right? Yeah, you did have some patriotism here and there, right? But there was also some other subliminal messages that were embedded in the performance. Like, for example, I think that there was some imagery and messaging around how all of the Western Hemisphere is essentially America, not just the United States of America. Now, I'm not sure exactly how you want to interpret that, right? I guess you could interpret that as an extension of the Don Rowe doctrine, right? That, you know, all of the Western Hemisphere belongs to the United States of America, or you could interpret it in the more woke way, which is that, well, it's not just the United States of America that's America. America is, everybody, right? Latin America, what we traditionally think of as, Latin America, South America, Central America, Canada, Greenland, all of that, all of the Western Hemisphere is America.
Now, I'm going to leave these videos down, so you can watch the rest. Also, you can go subscribe to Black Conservative Perspective channel. Now, the whole point of this, actually, it's, for me, my commentary on this is this. This is not like, oh, this is just a performance. No, this has been a long-standing cultural shift leaning more towards this leftist ideology. It's been there for decades now, and it's basically taken over all the institutions, businesses, most. But in terms of the population, they've also tried to change the demographics. There's a lot of people, the way they did the immigration, which normal person thinks that's normal, that you just open to the richest country in the world where people can go and just get money from the government. You just let people in. The thing is, anybody with half a brain would realize that a lot of this other side, the Democrats, they're importing voters. Yes, it's voters. There's a way they do it with populations and getting more seats and whatnot. It's a whole thing. But they're importing voters. If you come in as an immigrant, like you see there, the Somalis in Minnesota, they're all like basically Democrat. How is that possible? And they're Muslim. They're conservative, basically, but they are voting for Democrats. Why? Because the Democrats give them the freebies. You've seen all and they allow them to do the corruption. You've seen it. We don't need to argue. We know it is here. Anyway, here everybody is corrupt. But we've seen it, the institutional corruption and whatnot. They allow them to do that. So they'll vote for the political side, but socially and culturally, they'll still maintain their bui-buis and whatnot. So they don't even support their, their LGBTQ propaganda. They're very against it. That's why you've seen, like, especially when you see a lot of these Somali-led groupings in the US, they never talk about the LGBTQ stuff, although the white ones always include everyone. The minorities, the Somali, LGBTQ, trans people, they'll do that. And the problem is that they're trying to force this down people's throats, even if, because me personally, I am already radicalized against that ideology. I've already suffered actual financial ruin from those people. And I'm never, ever, ever going to support this version of things, this identitarian where everybody sees me through just my skin color, not what I'm able to do or what I think or what my morals are. I'm not going to be in that ideology. I know many black people will join because there's some funding and you might get some preferential treatment, but not me. I am not going to be the person that leads us to hell. Basically, you're being treated like children who can't do anything against unless some woke white savior and their surrogates come from the West to save you, or the same happening to the black people and other so-called minorities there who think that this white savior is going to scream, some white Karen, woke Karen, is going to slip on the black people until the black person tells them, no, me, I don't agree with that. Then the same Karen will call you the N-word instantly. So I don't like the dishonesty. I don't like how these ideologically possessed people behave. For me, it's the same with religion. When somebody is possessed with religion, as we've seen with the war, they do stupid things and they can't think outside that mind frame. It's the same thing with this identitarian stuff. So they put it in all the entertainment. Their artists are the cringiest, most degenerate people. Now they're telling us this is the biggest artist, but I don't care. I don't even know one of his songs. I probably have heard it somewhere because he's pushed everywhere, but he's not memorable at all. Winning a Grammy doesn't, these days it doesn't hold any water. You just know it's industry people that have put you there. You know Diddy and his friends, he's in jail, but he's coming out. He got a slap on the wrist for the huge bad crimes that he did. No, he'll be out soon and he'll continue doing the business. I'm sure he'll start even a podcast with his sons, his degenerate sons, and they continue telling us about, oh man, the way after me. This is the thing. I don't know what Diddy did to be able for those powers that put him there to entrap all these people so they're able to do the business the way they do. I don't know what he did, but I think he must have said sorry. And then he said, no, anyway, you Isha Peter, you have to be inside for a bit. Yes? That's how I see it. And this is just something that's being added onto that identity politics, which is spilling all over the world. That's why I concentrate on it, because of what I do making films. These guys have blocked us who just want to do normal films. If you don't put some gay stuff in there, some feminism, some what, if you don't do some woke stuff in your movies, you won't get any, even distributors. They've already encircled everywhere. The thing is this, they're losing money, and it's not going, and that's why I'm not going to change. I'm not going to become apologetic to these woke idiots. They're losing money. They don't make good art. Their products eventually will fail. You just need to be in there, sharpen the craft, and then the opportunity will open. Netflix is not going away. They want to buy Warner Brothers, and there's still some issues with that because it might become a monopoly. In fact, that is the main fear, but they'll still take movies from everywhere. Just do your great movie. If you want to be like Gitonga here, to put some stupid gayism in there to pander to them, maybe you might get some other things. You do it. You'll fail still. But you see, like, our threshold is very low. Here, like in Kenya movies and what, it's very low. So what is going to happen, at least? Some people, like most of our filmmakers right now, they're doing woke nonsense. They are trying to, if you look at the TV programs, it's just the normal stuff, we've been doing for 20, 30, 40 years. It's just those kind of storylines. But in terms of movies and the things that go abroad, people are trying to be woke, man. They can't even see the people who have most money and what access. They've failed. And you who has nothing is trying to force yourself in there with trying to be woke also. Let's add in some gay guy, some pansexual, or some feminism, women empowerment. Oh, the protest, let's do that. What was that thing? I watched an episode. The thing that brought forth Lupita. You see, MTV Sugar. So that girl power. I don't know. Total nonsense. You can tell the way these people think of themselves is like, they're already like the moral superiors and everything. Our stories is about struggle and what. These people, none of them struggle. So they're trying to own the freedom fighter mantle through their art. They're not really doing anything. They're all rich, not ours. I'm saying the people who are pushing it up there. They're all rich. They don't care. They just know that if we can inject this in here, we can really incapacitate these people from thinking further for themselves and doing things for themselves and building for themselves. They have to pander to us and our bullshit for them even to get a muzzle. And that's the problem I have with a lot of this identity politics crap, even if it's NFL halftime. Sure. The other guys did their thing. They've created, these TPUSA guys, they've created another avenue that a lot of advertisers will be like, so you guys will be doing this 15-minute thing every Super Bowl. They can do that. They had the highest numbers of streaming on different categories on YouTube. That's money. Advertisers, if they do it next year, they'll get money. Probably they'll be able to pull in 10, 15 million live viewers. Then, if this 5 is already creating option, there's no way guys who are running NFL or different companies that advertise in there during the halftime show are not thinking about, then they might split even. They might go and say, okay, I'm going to move my advertisement to these people. It's cheaper, not $7 million for 30 seconds. Maybe they are getting it for $500,000 because these guys who are doing the streaming thing, these TPUSA guys, their costs are negligible compared to what the NFL is putting out, how much they'll spend for the event, all that. You saw all that, how do you say, let me see. You saw all the costumes, props, the extras, dancers, blah, 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 blah. You saw all that setup. You saw all that setup is tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. These other guys maybe spent 2-3 M, maybe. Then they'll just now cash in $500,000 for 30 seconds. You get 30 ads, there are 20 ads. Let's say 20 ads. You're killing it. And you build and you build. That's how YouTube got big. A lot of people got big and rich, making millions of dollars because of that. Your costs are low and you're able to draw in as big an audience. You don't need to Every media house, every advertising company, every celebrity, even the social media platforms pushing your thing for you to get those numbers. Just think about it. They need all that to push those numbers and this one artist. They are pouring resources to try and keep relevance, but clearly their artists are weak, their art is weak, their politics is weak, and it's bullshit. For me, I'm leaning on the side of the TPUSA guys. I hope they do more so that more people start doing more interesting things during that slot. The culture changes, because once it changes in America, everything else follows. You saw once they close the USAID money, our artists all of a sudden, when they try to start up some nonsense here, they don't have the money to push. So it ends up and people like me come and do our videos, everybody does videos, posts, and we overwhelm the narrative and the narrative disappears. Remember when they're trying to force that langa on us, this Naipei girl who has videos of herself with dildos on the internet. You're trying to make that destroy some guy who has his job in America to just doing things normal. I mean, what taste? Hey. Wow, that is, as far as I'm concerned, enough for today. I have had up and down. There was that issue with the power. So I'm going to be cutting these videos to shorter clips, reels, and whatnot. So I'll spread them on my social media. You can follow me, as you can see down here. On YouTube, Albert Onyakundi. Facebook, Albert Onyakundi. Instagram, TikTok, search X everywhere. Follow me over there, subscribe, do all those good things. Of course, you can leave me a comment down below. And when you watch this later, let me know. What do you want me to add on this? Tomorrow, I'm on this again at 10 a.m. I'm hoping that I'll be making, because most of the time the problem I have with this area and the little studio here is power. A lot of the time it goes sometimes. It's scheduling, you're on set, you've been called for a job, so you go and then you're not able to. But I'm really trying to make sure, even if like I'm not here, I can just go live on my phone at 10 every morning, Kenyan time, East African time, talking about the different things that I've found interesting the day before or the beginning day. So I'll be updating like that. I hope my environmental noise wasn't too much. There's children crying, music, construction everywhere, but I think it's reasonably all right. So yeah, so subscribe to the channel, please. Like the video, share the video to your friends and relatives, and of course, until next time. What is that? There's something. So just a quick one. There's couple of movies that in production. There's Book of Cards, which will be done by Josephat there, the Mwalimu Wasani. So there's that, but there's also Bless Me Father. It's a movie that I'm writing at the moment, which is feature film, live action. So that is also going to go through a process and whatnot. So that is my day job, right? Shooting, doing things, editing, blah blah blah, making films where I can. Right now I'm trying this year to make sure that I have those 2 films out and see what happens. I'm a VP, so until next time, I'll be seeing you. Let me end this thing here right now. Did I put that logo? I should put the logo. I have the logo. The logo. Yes, sir. And end that.